much, everybody, for coming tonight. This started out as an independent study, and I wasn't able to do it on my own. And just a lot of loving people came alongside me, supported me through this, and it's turned into this. So I'm just in awe at how God has put this together. It's 100% Him. It could not have happened. It is, as my advisor would say, a miracle. So please enjoy the show. I do have 2 reminders. Turn off your cell phone. Completely turn it off, because if you leave it on, it will affect our sound system above. We did have problems with that earlier, so make sure your cell phone is completely off, because it will affect our sound people up there. Number 2, there will be a kind of a after-session debrief about the process, the creative process that went into this. And that will take place directly after the show for 15 minutes. So parents, if you're waiting to see your son or daughter, just wait 15 more minutes, and we will get a chance to answer those questions, and then you can spend time with them. So thank you guys so much, and enjoy le Gymnopédiste.
Is he alive? Is he alive, Doctor?
Yes, thank God he's got a pulse. Help me get him onto the sofa, will you?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I can't believe you just leave him lying there like that. He might have bled to death, for goodness sakes. At the very least, you could have propped him up.
I can't stand the sight of blood, monsieur. Surely you can understand that. A woman does not stomach these things very well.
And does a woman stomach death very well, madam?
What are you accusing her of?
A dead tenant does not pay the rent, Doctor. Do you think I enjoy watching my money bleed out on the floor like that?
I am not accusing you of bludgeoning him to death. I am only saying, had you understood the seriousness of the situation, you might have tended to him yourself, instead of scampering off like a little kitten.
Well, I didn't know. And besides, you came quickly enough, didn't you? All's well that ends well.
Here, the woman's quite right, Doctor. Now, what's the man's condition?
It's difficult to tell. He seems to have received a blow to the head. I won't know the extent of the damage until he comes round.
Well, we shall pray it's nothing too serious.
You may pray all you want, Inspector, but the damage has been done. Woman, fetch me my bag, will you? I need to wrap the head to slow the bleeding.
Now the question we must ask is whether our poor friend's misfortune was accidental, or was it, heaven forbid, malnutritious?
Of course, you mean malicious, Inspector, but bravo, quite a bit of deduction, that too.
Now, mademoiselle, or is it madame?
It is madame. I have no husband, though.
No.
No, he died.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. The fool fell into the drink and drowned himself. It was a relief when he went.
Well, madame, do you know Master Satie?
Somewhat.
And what can you say of the man?
I can say a lot of things. What do you wish to know?
Well, how about his line of work, for starters?
He's a composer.
A composer, you say?
Yes. Writes these childish little ditties, performs them at the Chat Noir on the weekend.
Does he now? Well, that's lovely. I wonder if I've heard his work. I do try to make it down to the Chat Noir now and again.
Well,
Why am I not surprised?
I've been told he doesn't write much these days. Can't imagine why.
And the umbrellas. How very curious. Master Satie's not too fond of the rain, I take it.
They're not intended for the rain, monsieur. He uses them to block the sun.
The sun, you say?
Yes, he's a bit of an eccentric. A heliophobic, is that what you would call it?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. He hates the sun with a perfect hatred.
And what else can you say of the man?
Well, he comes stumbling in every night, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Starts playing that blasted contraption.
And does Master Satie have a lover?
Why the hell are you asking that?
Why not?
Because it has nothing to do with the circumstances.
Circumstances, monsieur?
The man reeks of alcohol. There is a wine glass on the piano. Clearly, he drank himself into a stupor, blacked out, and hit his head on the piano.
What's so funny?
That you're an inspector and ignore all the facts.
Police work is not a science, good doctor. It is an art.
Is it now?
Crimes are committed by men of passion. Well, in order to think like a criminal, one must not think at all.
And what must one do, Inspector, if one does not think?
Feel.
If I attempted surgery under that pretense, I turn my patient into a nasty work of art.
Well, that, monsieur, is why you're a doctor and not an inspector. And, madame, I'll ask again. Did Master Satie ever love her?
Yes,
What was she like?
she was an artist, a painter. The affair didn't last long.
What was her name?
Oh, I don't know, Suzanne Valadon or something like that.
Valadon? Well, she models as well, doesn't she?
She tries. But better for her to paint than to be painted. She's not much to look at if you ask me.
Oh, well, I think she's quite lovely. What became of the two of them?
How should I know? They fell apart, as all artists do.
Well, you say that as if you know the mind of an artist.
I know they're fickle and forget to pay the rent. If you must know, she was unfaithful to him.
Valadon, unfaithful?
Yes.
Well, that's such a shame. From Renoir's depictions, she always seemed so warm. What went wrong?
How should I know? I don't work for the tabloids, monsieur. Ask him yourself when he wakes up. Yeah, I go. I feel like a fool standing around here.
Just a minute. I have a few questions I'd like to ask. Did you see him come home tonight?
Yes. Came in around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Must have missed the train again.
Was he acting peculiar?
This is Erik Satie we're talking about, monsieur. Everything the man does is peculiar.
Was he sober?
Difficult to say.
Well, there, you see, Doctor. Innocent until proven guilty.
What do you mean, difficult to say?
Well, I've never seen him sober.
There, you see, Inspector. Guilty until proven innocent.
Well, it still seems suspicious to me. A drinker not being able to stomach his liquor.
Well, I concur.
Oh, Monsieur Satie.
I should hope I can handle my liquor better than that. Hello? 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 May I ask, what the hell has happened to me?
You've had an accident.
Well, we're not sure it was an accident. I'm investigating.
Better best investigate harder, Inspector. We wouldn't want anyone to think I'm a drunken fool. Oh! My, what a horrible feeling.
I can imagine. You've had a serious blow to the head.
Oh, no, not that. It's more of a feeling. A feeling I've forgotten something terribly important.
I suspected as much. You're probably suffering from amnesia. But it shouldn't be too serious, though. Can you remember the events of this morning?
Yes.
What about tonight?
No, I can't remember a thing.
That's normal. Events nearest to your injury are often the ones most difficult to recall. Still, it's difficult to say if your amnesia was caused by your injury or by your reckless consumption of spirits.
Doctor,
Yes?
what happens to lost thoughts?
I'm sorry?
Lost thoughts, where do they go?
I told you, he's quite like a child. Ask silly questions.
Where do they go, Doctor?
I'm not sure I'd know what you mean.
Well, suppose I were to lose, an umbrella. Well, just because I no longer possess it doesn't mean it no longer exists.
Right.
Oh, well, what about lost thoughts?
Yeah. Where do they go?
Well, I don't know. It is in moments like these where we learn how fragile the mind really is. I suppose that's why the world is always inventing new ways of recording the written word. Typewriters, for instance.
Or a phonograph.
Well, that's the spoken word, but you get the right idea. Why do you ask?
Have you forgotten something? Something that happened this evening?
Well, I think I have. The only problem is that I've forgotten what I've forgotten.
Amnesia can give one that feeling. The best thing to do now is just lie back and rest. Goodness knows you've had an eventful evening.
My journal!
Your what?
My journal for notation! Where is it?
I don't remember seeing a journal. Did you, Inspector?
No, not that I can think of.
Oh, please look around, will you? It's very important to me.
Where did you last have it?
If you knew that, it wouldn't be lost, now would it? What was in this journal of yours?
Nothing.
How do you know that?
Because you left it on the train last week. The lost and found accidentally sent it to my flat. So I checked its contents, looked for an address, and when I found nothing but your name, I slipped on your door not a day later.
It seems a curious thing to be carrying an empty journal around.
It's for notation. I'm writing a new composition.
Oh, really? How's it coming?
Well, not very well, actually, but I carry it with me everywhere I go, just in case I get inspired.
Perhaps it's not inspiration you lack, monsieur, but the will to work.
It's about the rent again. I will pay up tomorrow, my lady, you have my word.
But the problem still remains. Master Satie's journal is missing. Why?
He left it on the train again.
Oh, now look here.
Or it was stolen.
Goodness, you don't think so?
Well, it is possible.
It is not possible. There was nothing in it to steal.
How do we know that?
Because it was empty.
Well, again, how do we know that?
Oh, you're on a roll, Inspector. I don't know, because the landlady just said so.
But that was a week ago. We don't know if it was empty tonight. What if Master Satie was struck with inspiration and wrote the piece this very evening, and then minutes later, a jealous rival broke through the door, knocked him unconscious, and snatched the journal?
That's stupid.
That's absurd.
Or perhaps, as my mother used to say, though it be rare, even absurd and stupid have truth to bear when shot by clever Cupid.
What the hell was that? You're a poet now.
While you're all standing around talking no sense at all, I'm going to go get the door.
Now, Doctor, the inspector may be onto something. Well, I do have a rival, and he's copied my work before.
No, well, go on, tell us his name.
Debussy.
Claude Debussy, the composer.
The very devil.
You know him.
Well, of course.
Well, is there any way we could speak to this Debussy fellow?
I'm sure it can be arranged.
But Debussy, what are you doing here?
Don't mind me, I'm just popping in because I forgot my hat, left it here the other day, and then... Oh my. Something happened to your head.
Maybe you could tell me that.
Monsieur, are you aware that Master Satie is accusing you of stealing his work?
Is he now? Well, that would be assuming the old sinker actually finished his compositions. Have you, Erik? Have you finished your little Gymnopédiste?
Yes, I finished it. Now, where is it?
I don't know. You're still sore at me for borrowing that little theme of yours, aren't you?
What, so it's true? You've stolen his work before?
Well, of course he has, the little rat.
I confess. But you have to admit, Erik, I made it better, didn't I?
Well, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Why? I'm an artist. Stealing is one thing I do best. Besides, in the world of ideas, there's no such thing as theft.
Stealing is stealing, no matter the circumstances.
That's where you're wrong, Inspector. If you permit me to demonstrate, say I were to take one of Erik's umbrellas.
No,
I
you
would
leave my
possess
umbrella out of this.
One more umbrella, and Erik one less. But an idea is different, isn't it? It's not as though it's been stolen. No, it doubles, being possessed by both inventor and thief.
Shut up, you little fiend! We're not talking about ideas anyway. We're talking about my journal. Now, where is it?
Journal. For notation. You lost it again. Have you checked the piano bench, Inspector?
Piano bench.
Well, isn't that where you keep it? You come in stumbling around, drunk, paranoid.
Check the piano bench, Inspector.
Ah, there you are.
What is this? Some kind of a joke to you? There are pages missing from the binding. Where's my composition, Debussy? Where is it?
How should I know where your silly composition is?
Because you stolen it, that's why.
No, I haven't.
You knocked me out, and you stole my composition. Where is it?
Knocked you out. Gentlemen, it appears our friend is but the victim of his own vices. There is no mysterious attacker, no composition. Just a cracked artist with a drinking problem. Good night, gentlemen.
Oh, Eric, see you for duets on Tuesdays.
Yes, I was drinking. But someone struck me, I swear.
And how do you know that? I've got to be going. I need to sort out the specifics of the night.
Please believe me, Inspector. Please.
I do believe you, Master Satie. But the doctor's right. You're guilty until proven innocent. I'll come by tomorrow if you get any new leads. Till then, do try to get some rest.
Doctor, you believe me, don't you?
I don't know what to believe, Eric.
Neither do I. But maybe I'm wrong. But maybe I'm not.
What are you asking?
Help me remember what happened.
Eric, amnesia doesn't work like that. You don't just snap out of it. It might take you weeks to recover.
There must be a way. A technique or something?
Are you suggesting a therapy to recover lost memory?
Yes.
Eric, this is most unorthodox. Psychoanalysis is a very primitive and experimental science. It would be most unprofessional of me to even consider...
Doctor, please, I beg of you.
Well, you could try dream therapy, I suppose.
Go on.
Well, hypothetically, it should be possible to conjure up lost memory by...
By dreaming.
Yes. Dreams are the body's way of sorting information. That is why the day's experiences are often incorporated into your dreams. The mind is like a cavernous lost and found, where all manner of thought is stored. If you could manipulate this process, well, why, you could hypothetically conjure up lost memory.
There's just one problem, Doctor. I don't dream. I haven't since I was a child.
Everyone dreams, Eric. You just don't remember your dreams, that's all.
Well, then the exercise is pointless if I can't remember them.
Here you are. This will be your dream journal. In the morning, when you wake up, I want you to write down whatever you remember. That way you won't forget what you dreamt.
Do you think it'll work?
It isn't likely. And even if it does, who's to say you're not just fabricating memories out of thin air? But I suppose it's worth a try. Now, I really must be going. I'll be back in the morning to check on your progress. Bonne nuit, Monsieur Satie. And sweet dreams.
Excuse me. I wonder if you could help me. I seem to be lost.
Well, of course you are. Don't you know where you are? No. You're in the lost and found. Sort of a contradictory idea, I must admit, to be both lost and found at the same time. But I suppose, now that you know that, you're not lost. Does that help?
No, I'm afraid it doesn't.
Oh. Well, what's your name?
Erik Satie?
I'm Thomas, keeper of Inspiration Lost. Let's see. Ah! Why, a young man with that same name reported himself missing not a moment before you came in. Now, let's see. Eric. Why, you are looking for yourself. Voila, reunited once again.
You think you're clever, don't you?
I am clever. Why, people lose themselves every day, and I help them find themselves back again. An obvious task, but a most necessary one. I can see, however, that my services are not appreciated. So, if you'll excuse me, I have some sorting to do.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. Maybe you were right. Maybe I am found. What does it mean to be found anyway?
Being in a place you're meant to be.
Well, if you would tell me what this place is, I can tell you if it's where I'm meant to be or not. What sorts of things do you collect here?
Things? You say that as if I spend my time collecting trifles.
Well, don't you?
Certainly not.
What else is there to collect?
Well, this is the lost and found of your mind, is it not?
I suppose.
Well, then it stands to reason that naturally everything here is purely cognitive.
Cognitive?
In your mind.
Oh, so you collect lost memories?
Oh, no. That's memories lost. It's Pierre's job. I collect inspiration. The two are completely different.
Well, how so?
Well, for starters, inspiration is more useful and more valuable, too.
How do you mean?
Well, you couldn't very well sell your memories on the street, could you? I mean, who would purchase a memory of you chatting it up with your great Uncle Seabird, for instance? But inspiration, now that's priceless to everyone.
Well, how does it get here? The inspiration, I mean.
Oh, it just drifts down. Man is a traveler on a train of thought, mislaying his ideas at every stop. It is my job to collect these ideas. If you don't mind my asking, what is it that you do?
Well, I'm a composer.
Not the most practical skill, but I suppose it has its uses. Have you ever thought of a pleasant melody and then forgot it, like a dream in the night?
Oh, Thomas, I think I found it deep. You're not suggesting that every melody I've ever forgotten has been collected?
That is precisely what I'm suggesting. Anytime an idea is misplaced, it is collected here, awaiting recollection.
Oh, this is good news indeed. I have just lost a very important melody of mine, and I was hoping to find it again. So all this inspiration, it's all mine?
Oh, don't flatter yourself, Erik. Why, your ideas wouldn't fill one shoebox, much less a shelf of my art.
Well, then whose is it?
Everyone's. Writers, poets, painters, musicians, scientists, mathematicians. I dare say I've collected every good idea lost to mankind. Except for the politicians, of course.
Well, don't they lose ideas too?
Yes, but so few of them are any good.
Well, it'd be a shame to lose such intellect.
Precisely. That is why it is so important that I collect them. But what's more important is that I always recommend carrying a pen and notebook on the person at all times. But, alas, geniuses are arrogant creatures who are always overestimating their ability to retain information. Why, take William Shakespeare, for instance. If he had made it a habit to carry a quill and parchment with him wherever he went, he might have added at least a dozen more tragedies to his repertoire. But in my opinion, the world is better off without them. I got depressed just alphabetizing the stuff.
William Shakespeare lost his ideas.
Oh, yes. William was the worst. He was worst of them all. Why, I have a whole warehouse stacked to the ceiling with that man's ideas. Ah, but there I go again, chatting the day away when there's much work to be done. Please excuse me.
Wait a moment.
Erik, I am sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have time to help you find your lost melody. I'm expecting a gust of wind to blow through here at any moment, and I'm afraid if I don't get these items sorted now, well, they'll be lost. You're free to sift through your thoughts as much as you want, but make sure that you don't go snooping into any files that don't belong to you.
Well, of course. But I don't really know my way around.
It's quite simple. You know your name, don't you?
Yes.
You'll find it on the box. Call out if you need anything.
Thomas, there must be a mistake. These are just some childish ditties from my repertoire.
There is no mistake. The file never lies. Well, that is something, isn't it? I'm sure it'll come in handy, though.
But it is not what I'm looking for. I need to find my melody.
Eric, I am so very sorry, but I'm afraid I'm too busy right now. It's not in any of these, I can tell you that. These are mostly scientific work.
Well, there's still a chance.
No, a small chance is hardly worth the effort.
Please, just let me help you sort them.
Eric, only I am allowed to sort these.
Please, I will just sort them and then I can...
No, Eric, I insist. I wouldn't trust even a nun to touch any of this, to sift through a man's intellect. Why? It's far too tempting to pinch something that doesn't belong to you.
Fine. Keep hoarding your little ideas, you greedy little miser. Have fun all alone in your little prison of the mind, sorting thoughts, talking to yourself, getting old.
Eric,
What?
it's just difficult to trust is all. I need to show you something. Please.
But it sounds like one of those typing contraptions. What do you call it? A typewriter.
Perhaps to you. To me, it is the sound of rain.
Poetry.
Yes, and freshly forgotten too.
What's wrong with him? Hey, you up there! Stop forgetting, you fool!
Eric, it's no good. You can't hear me.
I'm talking to you! Stop it! Stop forgetting!
Eric, you can't shut the sky by yelling at him.
He has no idea what he's giving up.
No, he doesn't. That is why you must collect it for him, and hope he realizes in time to recollect himself. A rain catcher. What a marvelous contraption. I've never seen one. Anything found in your world will not be found in mine. Oh, I do wish this place was empty sometimes. You'd have such wonderful inventions on Earth. Rain catchers with little funnels, perhaps, or maybe even little gutters. You see how precious they are. You see why I must be so protective of them.
I do. But Thomas, why does he lose his inspiration?
It's not that he's lost it.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, not all that is lost is forgotten. I mean, it's true that much of this archive is the result of man's carelessness, but on rare occasions, ideas are simply abandoned.
Well, who in the right mind would abandon inspiration?
A question I've been asking myself these many, many years. Such precipitation is the result of many vices. Cowardice, complacency, distraction, pride, slothfulness, drunkenness. For this young poet, it is difficult to say. Perhaps he's lost faith in the power of his ideas. But it is not my place to speculate. I simply collect, in the hope that one day he will return and recollect them himself. Now, let's see about that lost melody of yours. I have some... Would you put this in Edison's file for me? Thank you. I must say, it's awful nice to have you here. I miss real company for a change. Sometimes I think I forget how lonely I really am. But I suppose I have only myself to blame. Even my sister, who praised me for my wit, says I am difficult to love. I always supposed she preferred my brother. Dull as a butter knife, but I suppose he wasn't made for cutting. Let's see here. What's this? Oh. Eric, would you come here, please? I know why you have that look on your face.
What look?
Well, Eric, this is the last step. That's not your melody, which means it's not here.
Where else could it be?
Well, it might be in Memories Lost.
Wait, You're saying that my inspiration got mixed up and placed in the wrong department?
Oh, heavens no. What kind of an operation do you think I run around here? I'm saying you might discover the memory of writing the melody. Sometimes inspiration will take root. It's just that the fruit of it is forgotten.
Well, how can I get there?
Well, take that path there behind you. Keep to the right. Oh, but Eric, I will miss you. It has been so nice to have some real company here for a change. I suppose this was all rather dull for you, though. Goodness knows I wouldn't blame you.
Nonsense. It was all very fascinating. The sorting was a bit tedious, but I really did enjoy my stay. But I must be going now. I need to find my melody.
Yes, of course you must, but I do need to warn you. Memories Lost is a terribly wild place. You will keep your head above water, won't you?
I will try to remember that.
Good. And before you go, I want you to have something.
Here it is. A telegraph key?
I'm afraid I don't know what you mean. No, this is my direct line. Anytime you have need of the voice of reason, give it a few clicks and I'll be all too ready to answer.
Thank you, Thomas. I'm sure this will come in handy.
Only if you listen to it, though. The truth is always present for those who have ears to hear, but it can do no good to the deaf.
Well, how will I know that it's the truth?
You must have faith.
Faith, that doesn't seem to be a word in your vocabulary.
Well, Eric, even I must believe in the facts and have faith in them. It's a simple truth.
Would you care to go on an adventure with me?
A what?
An adventure?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm on more of a quest at the moment.
Well, you're here. You can call it a quest, and I call it an adventure. But do let us go on together.
Well, I could use a guide, as long as it wouldn't be too much trouble.
Of course not. You see, I'm never looking for anything other than what other people are looking for. My name's Pierre. What's yours?
Erik Satie.
Pleasure. Now tell me, Master Satie, what is your quest?
Well, I'm in search of a memory, I suppose.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place. I am, after all, keeper of memories lost. Oh, at least that's what they call me. You see, I usually just let the memories swim about as they please, so there really isn't much keeping to be done. Memories, terribly wild things, especially the ones deeply suppressed. But tell me, what sort of memory are you looking for?
Well, and it goes like this, you see. I was just over in Inspiration Lost, and
Oh,
I was...
lovely. So you met Tom?
Yes, I did.
Such a clever fella Tom is.
Yes, he is, and helpful, but he couldn't find my lost melody.
No? Well, I'll be jiggered. I should think with all his salt he'd be able to track it down. I rather envy the fellow. I seem to be losing memories every day.
You do?
Yes, but not to worry. I just let them swim in the lake sometimes. But nothing is lost so long as you know where to find it. Just makes them a little harder to catch.
Oh, I see.
But most of them are in these barrels here. And look, here's yours.
Do you see any?
Oh, plenty. And by the looks of it, I'd say you're a drinker.
How can you tell?
Well, you see, drunkards always have very fishy barrels. Would you like to hear a poem about a drunkard with a fishy barrel?
No, please just show me my memory.
All right. Could you describe it for me?
Well, it should be one of me at the piano late at night. Are there any that look like that?
I think I see it.
Already?
Pretty good, eh? Shall we have a look?
Yeah, this isn't right. Oh, this is the bar of the Chat Noir.
Well, you never said where. You just said late at night by a piano. And look, it's late at night. It is a piano.
Well, I am now. Now take me back. Take me back this instant.
But why?
Because this is an unpleasant memory, that's why.
But, monsieur, this is an adventure. The best of adventures are the unpleasant ones.
This is a quest, damn it. Now take me back. Take me back.
Look, there's a pretty woman over there.
Yeah.
She's looking at you.
Yeah.
She's coming this way.
Yeah, she was my lover. Now take me back or I'll slit your throat. Oh, God.
What's your name?
My name? These are my name. Names are useless things.
Well, I should like to know what to call you.
My name wouldn't do you any good.
Shed off that awful mood and talk to the girl.
You can't tell me what to do. I've already done it. My name wouldn't do you any good.
No.
A name can only stand for one thing at a time. Or you call a rock, and so you should. You call it what it is and what it always will be. But to call a man an Erik fails to capture his essence. For a man is always changing.
What was that? She's trying to flirt with you.
And is that your name? Erik?
On the surface, yes. But I'm 6,000 different things at different times beneath.
So shall I come up with a new name every time you change?
Perhaps, but I should warn you, I need more names than most.
And what's your name now?
Drunk. See, it's working.
You forget, monsieur, that we also call a river, even though it too is always changing. So, I shall call you Erik. Not as a rock, but as a river.
Shame. I should like to be the rock.
But why? The rock is dead.
Yes, but it is not dying.
And do you fear death, monsieur?
Not as much as I feel growing old.
You fear growing old?
You find that amusing?
Yes, I do. You're right. Erik just doesn't do you justice. I ought to call you young. For you are the youngest man I've ever met.
Another name I cannot keep.
No, this one you shall. It's like the rock. Youth is unchanging. Cigarette? My name is Suzanne Belladon.
Yes, of course it is.
You've heard of me?
No, I've seen you.
Here?
In paintings. You model for Renoir.
Yes. Are you familiar with his work?
Oh, I'm devoted to it. Well, Renoir has done with painting what I will do with music.
What's your name now?
Take it. And that is how you woo a woman with words.
Some are wooed with words, others wooed by strength. I prefer the gals who woo, as I the one I like at length. You see, aren't you having fun, Erik?
Oh, I suppose I am.
You still carry it with you, don't you?
Always.
And did you ever see her again?
Well, of course. We were lovers.
Well, what became of you?
She was stubborn and headstrong, and I was sensitive and fickle. Like earth and water.
Well, why didn't you just return her letter?
It's not that easy.
Well, sure it is. All you have to do is knock on her door.
Don't you get it, Pierre? She'll never change, and neither will I.
You're a river, monsieur. All you do is change.
Dear, I fear another poem is upon us.
You are the river. She is the wood. You cut her down, and she dams you up, but she lets you run, like you should. You are the river. She is the wood. She drinks you up, and in you she drowns. She'd love someone else, if she could.
May I have a go?
Oh, but of course.
I am the river. She is the wood. She cuts me off and she turns me on, but she lets me run like I should.
Oh, marvelous. You are the river. She is the wood. You're lost in her, but in her you're found. You'd love someone else, if you could.
You really think she still loves me?
Of course.
I don't know why I ask you any serious questions. You're such a damn romantic. You're bound to lead me astray.
Shall we find another memory?
Yes, I think we shall.
What sort?
Oh, I don't know. Surprise me. Sauerkraut.
Deputy, I'd like to introduce you to my dear friend, Erik Satie. Put that down. They're both composers, so I feel like you both have a lot in common.
He looks a bit much stuck up, doesn't he?
He is the vain pig of a boy. Debussy needs no introduction, my dear. I'm honored.
Ah, it is I who am honored. I'll have you know, I adore your style, Satie.
You do?
Oh, yes. What you do with it is just so very innovative.
Well, I don't know what to say.
It must take a great deal of oil to maintain such an exquisite shape.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about my writing style, my music.
No, your hair, Eric, your hair. It's incredible.
Lord,
No, it's all right. Perhaps I should tell you what I think of your style. I would like it a lot more if it were your own, and not the vain imitations of that sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut?
he means Wagner.
Oh, not that shrivel again. If I hear one more man denounce Wagner, I'll have him swallow his own beard. I get it. You hate German music. Well, everyone in
I don't
France
hate
hates German
music. Beethoven's 10th is one of my favorites.
Beethoven has no tenth.
What I really hate is that we have no French music.
Every artist must build on the legacy of those before him, Monsieur Satie.
Legacy! But we're French and we stand for ourselves. That is the only way to be remembered.
Well, what became of you two?
I shared with him my dream. He brought it to life and left me stranded. All he needed was a few childish ditties from my repertoire. He would come into my apartment late at night and to listen to me play, and he would take my themes to create the most elaborate and beautiful melodies I've ever heard. Better than I could have ever imagined.
And you just let him do that?
Oh, by the time I figured it out, it was too late. Besides, it didn't matter how he got them. They were better than mine, and that's all that mattered.
But you can be great too, you know.
It's not a choice, Pierre. It's something you're born into. Plain and simple. Wait, but there is a way that we could get back at him.
Oh? Well, do tell.
Well, I believe that he stole my composition from my journal. If we can find the memory of him doing it, we can catch him red-handed and I can get my melody back.
Oh, let's! It'll be like a detective story. I have always wanted to be an inspector.
Oh, you'd make a fine one.
Would I really?
Oh, of course. I feel as if we're already hot on the trail.
And we haven't even started. All right, tell me, Master Satie, when did you last have this memory?
Well, it occurred this very evening. I was in my apartment, drinking.
Oh, well, lucky for you. I got the proper bait for that. Those are the hardest ones to catch. Now, we must wait.
You don't think we should wait to try something? It's just that it's taking a very long...
I've got a nibble.
Have you got her? Have you?
Oh, I do believe I have. Oh, she's a terrible little fighter. A terrible one indeed. Oh, my.
I remember this now. A bottle of absinthe sent to my door. Very curious, but you could just miss a free drink.
Perhaps from an admirer. Well, look, Master Satie, it's your journal.
Good. That's right where I left it. Well, it's the landlady. What is she doing here so late?
Bonne nuit, Monsieur Satie.
Hello.
Hello. I was wondering if you'd like to listen to my phonograph.
Your what?
My phonograph? Phonograph.
What I need to... Why would I want to listen to slats?
Well, I don't know, because you're an artist. You like that kind of thing.
No, my piano plays just fine, thanks. I have no need to listen to your little contraption.
It's not a contraption, monsieur. It's a... Fine. All right. Never mind. Bonne nuit, Monsieur Satie.
Thank you anyway, though. How strange. The landlady doesn't come in here unless she's asking for the rent. Well, no matter, we're back on the case. What is that?
I don't know. The place is starting to shake. Perhaps we should go.
No, I think this is it. I think this is the moment where I write my composition. Oh no. No, what am I doing?
Looks like you're rolling a cigarette. Perhaps you smoke it and then write the piece.
No, I don't think so. Oh dear. I've ignored my muse for my cigarettes. I have never been so disgusted with myself.
Oh my, that last gulp must have done it. And to think, we didn't even learn who knocked you out.
Well, don't you get it, Pierre? It was I who knocked myself out. There was no attacker. There wasn't even a composition. I was a victim of my own vices. Damn!
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, Master Satie. Blame the drink. Or the stranger gave it to you.
Shut up, Pierre! Shut up with your little ramblings. I've tried to play your game. I've tried to see the glasses half full, and you see where that got me? Nowhere! I have less than what I've started with.
I'm sorry, Master Satie. Honest I am. I often forget how fickle memories can be. They are not always wine, fermenting on with time. Their aging can be sinister, like the souring of vinegar. Perhaps one day I'll remember that.
No, it is I whom sorry. You took me on a most excellent adventure, and I just spoiled your mood.
Oh no, you can't spoil my mood. You could carry me down any dark corridor of your past, and I'll still call it an adventure. But I'm a fool, Erik. Surely you see that.
Well, you are a bit of a fool, but you are helpful, and that makes up for your folly.
But I should think no help at all was better than a foolish help.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I need a bit of foolish help.
Do you know what you need?
What is that?
Aspiration.
You mean inspiration?
No. Aspiration.
Well, what is that?
Well, you say that like I could describe it.
Well, can't you?
That's like asking what the wind looks like.
So it looks like nothing.
Exactly. That is exactly what it looks like.
Well, go on, tell me more.
With a little aspiration, we can fly. With a little aspiration, you could be carried to places never seen. With a little aspiration, you could write the melody of your dreams.
Well, where can I find this aspiration?
Done in the grotto.
The grotto? Oh, that seems a very curious place for aspiration. You'd think it'd be up in the sky.
Well, that is where it wishes it could be.
Fool, I'm surprised at how wise you can actually be. Oh, where do I go to find this aspiration?
On those stairs over there.
Well, aren't you coming?
No, Erik, I'm afraid that this is a quest that you alone must take.
Well, I shall miss you, Pierre.
And are you, Master Satie? But here, take this. If ever you forget the times we've had together, just take one bite and it'll bring you back. But I won't be very surprised should you choose not to. Goodness knows this could be a very unpleasant place.
Oh, that's nonsense, Pierre. I'll definitely be back. I'd like to live here someday.
Oh, I should hope not. Man is not meant to live in his past.
Oh, but you do.
I am hardly a man.
Well, if you are hardly a man, I do not know how you understand him so.
Goodbye, Erik. Aspiration awaits.
What is it that you seek, mortal?
You startled me. You are the keeper of Aspiration Lost? Isn't it obvious why I'm here?
Even the most obvious things must be asked for politely. Otherwise, you seem an intruder. Are you an intruder, boy?
No, just a stranger in a strange land.
Yes, and a simple one at that.
I'm sorry. I would be so very grateful if you would help me find my lost aspiration.
A more pressing thing you have lost. Your manners. Perhaps you could retrieve them and come back at a later time.
Dear, can manners be lost as well?
I was being facetious.
I'm sorry. I guess I just didn't expect all this. I mean, the other keepers, Thomas and Pierre, they're more informal.
Yes, and simple. You forget who I am, boy.
Well, who are you?
I am the mother muse of men. A sister and a lover. I have a child whose name be love, but wait, there be another. True to his name be truth, who both to us is brother. Yet with my love, truth doth contend, and with his truth love doth offend, and towards them both I condescend. I am the mother muse of them. But who could be my lover? The father of the other? He is the mind of men.
What shall I call you?
You may call me Seraphina, Erik Satie.
Of course. Seraphina, keeper of aspiration lost.
Yes, I am. But I have a feeling you have no idea what that means.
No, I'm afraid I don't. And if I did, I would have known how to speak to you. Tell me, what do I need to know about aspiration to find it?
Aspiration is not something you know, Erik. It's not even something you feel. Aspiration is something you do. Do you understand?
Well, I think so. So have I lost mine down here?
Of course you have. Everyone has. I have looked upon the world, Erik, and I have seen man has given up sword for sheep. Mortals are nothing but a bunch of feeble women minding their manners all too much and unwilling to speak their minds. Yes, aspiration is hard to come by in your world.
How strange. Oh, why would they want to give up something so powerful and so beautiful?
Beautiful. Ah, there are your manners again. You are sweet when you are kind. The truth is, they're afraid of it. They're afraid to be powerful.
Well, what should they be afraid of?
I do hate so many questions, Erik. You're such a child.
Is that a compliment?
I see you have the optimism of a child as well. It weren't for your charm, I should lose patience with you.
Forgive me, but is aspiration a bad thing?
Is aspiration a bad thing? You are innocent, aren't you? There is no right or wrong in aspiration, Erik. Some things just transcend virtue.
I see. Well, I think I'm ready for it now, my aspiration, that is.
Manners! Manners!
I'm sorry. Please. Would you please help me find my aspiration? Please?
No.
Oh, why not? Isn't that your job?
My job? Your impertinence is not flattering, Erik. You say that as if I'm your servant, here to do your bidding. Come closer. Let me tell you something. I am not your servant. You are mine.
No. I can't be. I don't even know you.
But I know you, Erik. I knew you when you let me into your head.
I need to sit down. My head hurts from all this talking.
So innocent.
You're playing games with me.
Am I?
Yes, and I'll play along. What can I give you in exchange for my aspiration?
Give me something. By that you'd be implying that I'm in need of something. This is simply not the case. I'm in need of nothing. The waves need the wind to blow them, and so the trees. Even the fire calls upon me to do its bidding. But what, Erik, moves the wind? Huh? Nothing. Nothing. What on earth but I need?
Earth. You need the earth to blow upon. I've solved your riddle.
Oh, and you are Earth, I presume? And I revolve around you? Erik, I need the earth like a cat needs a mouse. I won't eat you. I have no need for sustenance. I just want to play with you. Won't you play, Erik? Huh?
If you will play by the rules, what can I give you? My heart?
What would I do with that? A miserable ball of flesh that would only weigh me down.
My mind?
I have swept through all the minds of men, Erik, and I have never found anything new or useful there. A dull and laborious maze.
What else can I give? Perhaps you have need of my lips.
Don't make me laugh.
But you didn't laugh.
Because I didn't find it funny.
Because you found it true. My lady, you wish to kiss me, don't you?
Don't flatter yourself, monsieur.
If you wish to kiss me, I won't object.
I do not kiss, monsieur. I am kissed.
Well, then you know very little of love.
And can a child teach a goddess to love?
If you will let him.
You amuse me, Erik Satie.
One kiss I give. One kiss I take. Third is the charm which two must make.
You've solved the riddle.
I don't think I have. How do I know that you're not still playing with me?
Oh, Erik. If you ever learn that I never stop playing, you will have solved the riddle. Wait here. I must get you something.
Thomas! Thomas, it's me.
Oh, Erik. How nice to hear from you. How goes the quest for the lost melody?
Oh, good, I think. Look, I need your help.
I'd be honored to assist.
I need to know the truth about a woman.
Perhaps the most mysterious truth of all. But go on. What's her name?
Serafina.
Serafina! Erik, you've not seen the devil.
No, only heard of her.
Thank goodness, you'd be a goner for sure. Eyes of Medusa, and such a tongue. Erik, you're not in her lair, are you? Erik, answer me.
No, I don't know what you're talking. Yes, that is exactly where I am.
Don't you know how dangerous it is down there?
Dangerous? It seems very safe to me. And beautiful.
You're in a grotto. How can it be beautiful? Oh, my. You've met her, haven't you?
I may have shook hands with the woman.
Shook hands. Erik, that is like saying you swam and didn't get wet. You listen to me. Get out of there, right now. You hear me? Get out of there this instant.
I can't.
I'm warning you, Erik.
Thomas, please, just help me to
Listen
fix.
me.
No! You listen to me! I know that my melody is here. I know it is. I was wrong to go to UMP at first. It's here. All I need is the will, the aspiration to create it.
You're a fool, Erik. But don't you understand? Aspiration isn't free. It doesn't grow on trees. It doesn't just drop from the sky or swim about in the sea. It's costly. Very costly. She'll make you pay for it. She'll make you pay dearly for it.
I'm willing to pay.
You'll give everything, and you'll gain nothing.
You don't know what it's like to breathe into someone. To have your vision snatched away and brought to life without so much as a thank you. You don't understand.
I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like. I devote every sleeping hour to the task of collecting a man's thoughts. You think I don't tire of that? I do. I certainly do. Yet, I'm content to live with only my thoughts for company. To live in the hope that my work is not in vain.
I want to write one great song. One great song, and then I'll be back. I promise you, I will be back.
Back. There is no back, Erik. Not with her. Just promise me this. If you will not follow her into her chamber,
I won't.
promise me. Erik! 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 If you sleep with aspiration, you will not wake up! Erik! Erik? Can you hear me? Erik!
Who were you talking to? I thought I heard voices.
Oh, no one, it's just myself.
You artists are so eccentric talking to yourselves. I'd imagine there are 1,000 voices in that head of yours. It's what makes your mind so pretty. Erik, come sit with me. Come sit down. Is there a mortal waiting for you back home?
A what?
A woman, someone you love, or a man for that matter, I won't judge.
Well, there was one. A woman, that is. She left me.
Do you love her?
If it is love, I do not like it. But perhaps she still has a bit of my heart.
Why do you love her?
Why does anyone love anyone? I don't know. You know, it's funny. I don't think anyone really knew her. No, not like I did. She hid from the world. Hid behind the mask of a pretty face. Oh, but her mind, it was like a secret wood waiting to be explored. And when she let me in, I felt like I'd found a haven. And in that place, I could keep my deepest secrets. And I was safe. Safe from the harsh sun. Safe beneath the coolness of her branches.
Do you feel safe here, Erik?
Yes. For the first time in a long time, I do feel safe.
Good, good. Then let me see her.
What?
Oh, come, Erik. Don't think I can't peer into your mind. I know what you keep in your breast pocket coat. Let me see the memory of her. I can get you what you want.
My melody?
More.
What do you mean?
You aspire to write,
Yes.
but remain broken-hearted.
Yes.
Then listen to me, and I will solve both riddles. Mend the heart, and write from the strength of it. All you must do is give me the memory of her.
What?
Trust me.
A wax cylinder?
Yes. It is here you will find your melody.
It's changing shape.
Yes. Yes, it is. I think it's ready now.
A phonograph?
Yes. Erik, it is the voice of the artist. Your voice.
But there's no needle to read the indentations.
You are the needle, Erik.
Where's your melody? Is that it?
For now.
But I need to finish it.
And so you will, Erik. This is only the beginning. You have no idea what new things are waiting to be created. With my will and your mind, heaven itself cannot stop us.
And I will become a great composer.
Greatest.
Oh, what must I give?
Everything.
You're joking.
Of course not. With great things come great sacrifice, Erik. Oh, come now, don't be afraid. You've already shown me a little of your head and your heart. Come with me to my chamber. I will give you everything. Everything you desire.
Everything?
Everything.
Hold it right there!
Seraphina.
Why, Thomas, your brother. What a pleasant surprise.
You let him go.
Why should I?
Because I said so. Oh, Eric, remember what I said. Don't go with her.
This has got nothing to do with you.
You're wrong, Seraphina. Eric is a friend of mine.
Oh.
Eric, you don't know what you're doing.
A friend of yours, Thomas. Why, for the voice of reason, it's remarkable how ignorant you can be. This mortal's not to be trusted, Thomas.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, you don't know. You don't know what he carries in his back pocket, do you?
Of course I do. I gave it to him.
Oh, no, Thomas, I'm not talking about your little truth contraption. I'm talking about the idea. The idea he stole from your files.
What?
Oh, stolen inspiration. That's high treason in your parts, isn't it?
I don't believe it.
Doubting Thomas, doubting Thomas.
Eric, is this true?
Go on, Eric. Show him. Show him the idea you stole.
Eric.
I can explain.
Please do.
I'm sorry. But if you'll see for yourself, I only took from the dead.
Da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. These are the missing parts of his flying machine.
Eric, what were you trying to do? Accelerate the Industrial Revolution by a dozen years.
I said I was sorry. Besides, I see no harm in what I did. Those were just rotting away. At least I could have given them a home.
Rotting away? What kind of an operation do you think I run up there? I take care of everything I collect. Not one idea goes to waste.
Well, what about the ideas of the dead? You don't suppose they just come back to recollect them?
Thomas, go on. Tell him. Tell him what you do with the ideas.
Any idea that is uncollected gets redistributed.
Well, redistributed? And I suppose you just pick at random who gets them next?
Of course not. He lets me decide that.
You let her do that?
What choice do I have? Can I tell the wind which way to blow?
You're a hypocrite.
And you're a thief. I warned you not to go near her. You did not heed my warning. Therefore, I do not hold myself responsible for your fate.
Oh, Eric. No. Truth is a most unforgiving creature. Don't worry, not all is lost. Come with me to my chambers, and all will be forgiven.
No. Let me go.
Come with me, Eric. You still have a chance. I can still make you into something great.
I don't want to be a god.
Of course you want to be a god.
No. I want to be a man with a head and a heart and the ability to
Shut
think
up!
into... I want to be Erik.
Shut up and look at me.
Erik Satie. Le Gymnopédiste.
Fine. As you wish.
You should have loved me.
You should have loved me.
Why are you crying, Mother?
I'm not crying, Pierre. I'm only thinking, that's all.
About what?
About what we must do with our poor traveler here. Seems to have lost his head. Tell me, Pierre, is man any good without a mind?
Well, I don't know. You've always said I've not as much brains as Thomas, but that you love me more. Surely there must be some good to even the mindless men.
It is sweet, Pierre. For one as foolish as yourself, you speak much sense. But I'm afraid our poor friend is too far gone. Do a favor for me, Pierre.
My time is yours.
I think our friend wants to go for a swim.
Does he?
Yes, I think he does.
Well, let me ask him.
Oh, no, Pierre. He's not quite in the mood to be talked to right now. But I can see it is what he wants.
Well, I suppose he does want to swim, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yes, he does. Why don't you take him to Memory's Last and just throw him in with the rest? Huh?
As you wish, ma'am.
Thank you, Pierre.
She uses and abuses, the mother of the muses. A son will give his time of day, a brother lend his mind away. A pocket watch, a phonogram, but nothing more, or you'll be damned. Don't be frightened, Master Satie. We must all sink before we swim.
Erik Satie. Oh my. I do apologize for this most literal rude awakening. But we must fish out those memories while they're still fresh. Well, go on. Write whatever you remember.
Good morning, Master Satie.
I'm having Erik perform a little exercise to recollect his memory.
Oh, well, don't let me interrupt. Looks like you're on a roll, Doctor. I'll just stand over here and keep quiet. Would you like some, Master Satie?
Jove, Inspector, I think I've done it.
Have you? Well, that's wonderful news. Best I've heard all morning.
I wonder what he could be writing.
Perhaps a description of the attacker?
Or the memory of his reckless drinking.
Oh, he seems to be writing so fast. Seems an awfully fun adventure.
Oh, well. Looks like our little artist has found his muse again.
Give us a melon.
Peasant food.
And what brings you here this morning, madam?
The rent? Monsieur Satie owes his rent.
I've got it! Can I read it?
No.
Why not?
It's meant to be played.
Don't mind me, I keep forgetting things here, don't I? Back at the bench, I see. Oh my, is that it? Have you finished it? Go on, Erik. Humour me, we're all dying to hear it.
It's very nice, Erik.
Rather childish, if you ask me.
I love it.
Damn fine song, Erik. Appears the old sinker's learned to swim.
What did you say?
No matter. You may have won the battle, but you shan't win the war, Erik.
Goody. I'm tired of fighting. It's an awful bloody business.
What are you talking about?
Catch your own damn inspiration.
Erik, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that we had... Where are you going?
Monsieur Satie.
Erik, where are you going?
Monsieur Satie, you
Come
said
back!
you owe your rent.
Come back, you
Monsieur
bastard!
Satie, you owe your rent.
Damn it.
Anyone care for some melon?
Thank you guys so much for coming and supporting this creative endeavor. We'll now have a 15-minute kind of talk back about the show, but if you have somewhere to go, you're welcome to leave at this time. But that will start immediately, probably in a minute or so. So just, if you wish to wait a little bit, you can be a part of that. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for coming.